Hi, Sam Kusi here. So, in honor of the ESU's Festival of Public Speaking, I thought I'd put together just 5 brief points regarding the art of agreeing to disagree in public speaking. All right, so point number one is the fact that we cannot possibly see every single angle of an argument. In many ways, debating in public speaking is a lot like the action replays in a football match, because essentially you're looking at the same incident, the same goal, but from different viewpoints. And each angle, each perspective, each view contributes something to the overall picture. So, in public speaking, of course, we will have our preferential view that we want to get across and to convince others about. But that, in and of itself, does not invalidate the fact that there are alternative, albeit dissenting views. And so we need to give a level of dignity and somewhat credence to the unknown and to the fact that we cannot see the whole picture. Point number two is the advice to lead with your weaknesses, because leading with your weaknesses disarms the audience. Already, the audience is trying to figure out whether they can trust you, whether what you've got to say is credible. And if you're just presenting all of the pluses of your argument, well, that's not going to come across as completely real. So you want to give away some of your weaknesses of your argument and then pack a hard punch with all of the strengths of the argument. And also another thing it does is it basically renders the argument of the opposition as impotent, because you've already done a lot of the work for them in that respect. They can't really dig up too much dirt about your argument because you have already laid it bare. So revealing your weaknesses and in fact leading with your weaknesses is a sure way to getting your argument on the right footing and creating a good environment and atmosphere in agreeing to disagree, because you've engendered trust and a sense of likability with your audience. Point number three is about being emotionally intelligent. Should you be emotional in a talk? Absolutely. Injecting emotion into a delivery, it it just adds zest. It's that sort of sugar on the top. It's the engine of your talk as well. You see, so you've got to be emotional, but to a degree. Because if we are overly emotional, then often when we're overly emotional, we lack coherence, and then we leave window of opportunity for the opposition to be able to knock us off course because we're somewhat imbalanced, because we're so amped up, so to speak. So it's important to be emotionally charged, but use emotional intelligence. Be strategic with the injection of your emotion, and we inject it at the appropriate places in our delivery as well. It reminds me of the saying, you can scream at the darkness or you can light a candle. Yeah, which is the common sense approach, which is going to be more palatable to your audience. You know, so we may be in the right, we may have all the emotion behind us, but we don't want to come across as too crazy. We want to be able to, have a level of balance and moderation, if you will, to the argument, even though it's important to pack a hard punch with our argument. Another thing that comes to mind on this regard about being emotionally intelligent is the saying, be the chess player, not the chess piece. So it's important to strategize and be strategically intelligent with our emotional intelligence. All right, point number four. It may seem like a basic point, but too often people get it wrong, talking over one another. It's just the art of listening. The old adage comes to mind about how we have 2 ears, one mouth. Essentially, I wonder if that implies that we ought to listen twice as much as we speak. And in a public speaking debate, that is imperative. Because if we listen, if someone's just waffling on about their argument and, getting a bit carried away, invariably they will make mistakes if they've just gone off on one. So we listen, see where they're going wrong, and then we can question them on the waffling, so to speak. So, it's the saying about, how's it go again? It's knowledge speaks, wisdom listens. So you become wise when you listen because you see the other perspective and also the nuances of the argument. You can see, the sort of emotional attachments that a person may have to the argument, and you can press them and question them in regard to that as well. And point number 5 is a simple one, but it's important. Be kind to the growing mind. Cheesy, I know, but it's something that really, really is effective. Be kind to the growing mind. So maybe in the midst of a debate, it may not have gone our way, but if we've conducted ourselves appropriately and shown a level of respect as well, then we may get them on another occasion. We may have sown the seeds to convince them on another occasion. So we're laying the foundation for an argument. It's a work in progress, especially if it's a big topic that we want to sort of use to potentially effect change. So that's the thing. Be kind to the growing mind. And, as I mentioned about respect, at the end of the day, if we cannot respect one another in the midst of public speaking and debating, then really, what on earth are we playing at? So by way of recapping, 5 brief points. They were: we can't possibly see every angle. Lead with the weaknesses of your argument. Be emotionally intelligent. Listen effectively. And be kind to the growing mind. If we follow these 5 points, we'll be on a good footing to be able to win our argument, or at the very least, amicably be able to agree to disagree. I'm Sam Kusi. Thanks for listening. Be sure to support the ESU's Festival of Public Speaking. All the details are in the description below. And if you like the video, then please give it the good old like. Thanks. Cheers. Bye for now.